Yo, what's going on, y'all? Black Quarterback Series, back on another video. A little bit of a different video, but I'm trying to expand the range a little bit. So if you see me scrolling, I'm scrolling through my laptop. I'll probably cut it out. But if you see me scrolling, or if you see me looking, I'm looking at my notes. We're gonna talk about today we're going to talk about the quarterback carousel, not the quarterback carousel, the coaching carousel today. So sit back, enjoy. Let's get into this craziness that's going on with all these coaches. So hey, if you don't know me, my name is Keith. I do Black Quarterback Series normally, but today we're going to do something a little different. I wanted to talk about all these coaches. They call Mondays, I think it's called Black Mondays, where they fire all the coaches. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it right now. But first, I want to get into the coaches that were not fired that should have been fired. So Joe Judge. Joe Judge, quarterback of the Giants. He should have been fired. One of the coaches that really should have been fired, because just the Giants don't even look good, right? So, you know how some coaches don't even make their teams better, like Adam Gase did when he was in Florida playing coaching the Dolphins. Didn't look very good. And sometimes you can tell when teams are getting better, like the team in Florida, Miami. They were getting better. They were getting better as, you know, they were moving up. And we're going to talk more about Brian Flores' fire in a minute. But Joe Judge has not developed Daniel Jones very well. Say what you want about Daniel Jones. He's a supreme athlete. And I think if you gave Daniel Jones to another guy, his development would be a little better. Like, as much as I would have rather had Justin Fields, what they're doing to Daniel Jones and his development is sad, because he has talent. He just throws too many interceptions. So, talking all these in these press conferences like you somebody of some sort, chill out. And just the aura around the team just doesn't seem like they even want to play with him. Not once this year, and I might be wrong, I'll try to find it if I can. Not once this year have I heard Saquon Barkley say anything positive about Joe Judge, right? And it's just time. It's just time. Take the hit down on the chin. I know you're the Giants and you don't do firings like after 2-3 years, but it's time to go. It is time to go. He should have been fired yesterday. Another coach that should have been fired is Matt Rule. I don't have his numbers in front of me, but they'll definitely be on the screen. Matt Rule as a head coach has been an utter disaster. You could have had Justin Fields to bring in the new regime. You didn't. You went to go get Sam Darnold, which is a bust. You re-signed PJ Walker, which happened yesterday. I think it was reported that he's re-signed PJ Walker, which is not necessarily bad, but it's not necessarily good either, right? So you re-sign PJ Walker. You bring Cam in the middle of the season when I guess you could say the argument for Cam not being there earlier this year is that they thought Sam Darnold was going to be the guy, which I understand that. And then Sam Darnold got hurt, and then so you had to bring Cam in. But when you bring Cam in, you didn't shorten your playbook at all. You just threw it all at him. And Cam's a smart guy, and I don't think Tom Brady could have came in halfway through the season and knew the playbook like that. So you gave Cam a raw deal. This offense is way too talented. You didn't re-sign Teddy Bridgewater because you traded him thinking that Sam Darnold was going to be the guy. It's just been an utter disappointment. Your defense been up and down everywhere. It's not working. It's not working. It's time for Matt Rule to go. He should have left. But they're doubling down on him, and I think it's gonna be an utter disaster next year because Sam Darnold is not the guy. PJ Walker's not the guy. Cam's not the guy anymore. If I was Cam, I don't think I would even sign back up to play there. So it's like there's nothing there. You need to just start the slate clean again and start over. So, and this is why. And then I bring up Brian Flores, who's going to be the first coach. Who's going to be the first coach off the board when all this opens up, right? Brian Flores was 24 of 25 his first 3 seasons in Miami. He was doing well. They would get off to these bad starts. And then they would end strong to end the season. First 3 seasons, new head coach, doing really well, right? And the difference between him and Adam Gates, because Adam Gates pretty much has the same record his last 3 years, if I'm not mistaken. Brian Flores is, if you compare the 3 years that Adam Gates was there and you compare the 3 years that Brian Flores was there, their records are pretty much the same, 24-25, and Adam Gates was 23 for 25. It's almost identical, but the tone around the team is different. You talking Brian Flores was doing work at that team. He had that defense humming. He just couldn't start seasons well. And they had a playoff berth, or they was attempting to make a playoff berth, and they were moving in the right direction. And anybody seeing that, it's like, okay, we got something here. We just need to get the quarterback position right. I was a big fan of Tua, but I don't think Tua's the guy. Too small, too injury prone, and he just can't make the throws. And you'd be like, oh, well, what you said about Jalen Hurts? Jalen Hurts has something Tua don't have. Tua is not a galvanizing guy. Tua does not rally guys. He doesn't have that Drew Brees quality to where you can rally guys and you can run behind them. Jalen Hurts makes people want to run through walls for him. So, and Tua doesn't have that. It's some in here that Jalen has that Tua does not have. You have got to be born with it. So that's not a fair argument. And it just seems like the owner wants to be Jerry Jones. He wants to be all these big time owners. You know how owners go. They have big egos, and there was no reason for him to be fired. And they're gonna regret the day they fired him, because they're gonna go back in obscurity. Nobody's gonna care about Miami. Miami's gonna go right back to being 6-10, 79, or 10-7, 10-7, 7-10. Because nobody's gonna come down there. Nobody's gonna care. Because I'm 27 years old. Miami has never been relevant in my football life. I started watching football when I was probably about 8 or 9. They've never been relevant ever to me, and they're gonna go right back to being irrelevant. They was only relevant because Brian Flores had them guys playing. And so you think about some of the jobs that are open. You look at all the jobs that are open. None of the jobs that are really open are really worth anything. But there are 2 jobs that I think are open that people would really want. And if I was Brian Flores, these are the first 2 jobs I would look at. Jacksonville. Jacksonville is a great opening. I didn't talk a lot about Jacksonville because Obermeyer is awful, and it's been done much better on other channels, such as Flimlo Raps. He made a good video about it on his second channel. He did a great video on it. And then the other job I would look at is John Gruden. Oh, the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, they might keep Vic Fangio. They might. Because he got them boys playing, and Derek Carr looks like such a great leader. They look like Fangio might actually have that job. But if I can get Brian Flores, I would think about it. I would talk to Derek Carr first, see what he wants. And if Derek Carr wants to go along with Rich, I might go with that. So, I don't know. That's a tough sale. But if you can make the sale and see what your franchise quarterback wants, you go with whatever he wants. So, Jacksonville, Raiders. Those are the 2. I think those are the 2 probably best jobs. Unless you're a Tua guy. If you're a Tua guy, you go to Miami. But those are probably the 2 best jobs available. Obviously, John Gruden's not going to get another job. Obviously, Urban Meyer probably get another job in college football. And so some of the head coaches that, and the job that I think that's better than both of these is the Vikings job. I didn't talk a lot about the Vikings. I didn't talk about a lot about the Vikings and Mike Zimmer. So I did a lot of research for this. I talked to my friend and did some research on my own about Minnesota. So the sentiment in Minnesota is the fact that Mike Zimmer Mike Zimmer's offense never developed, or they would be up a large lead and just couldn't coach down the stretch. Like, they would be way too inconsistent. It's the census that I'm getting around Minnesota. It's the census I'm getting around Minnesota. So I think a guy that would be really, really good in Minnesota is Eric Bieniemy. Look at all the weapons that he has on offense. Not saying Kirk Cousins is my homeboy, but you could do some things with Mahomes. You can do some things with Kirk Cousins that you could do with Mahomes. Now, granted, they're not the same talent, but the talent around him is better. I don't know how Bieniemy would be on defense, but as far as an offense, I think Bieniemy would have that offense humming. Jim Harbaugh is a candidate for that job. He's also a candidate for the Minnesota job. I guess I wouldn't say candidate, but these are just things that I think. There's been rumors that he might take the Miami job. That's reported. But as far as him taking Minnesota, I think he should strongly look at Minnesota. Chicago is also a decent job, but I wouldn't say it's the best job, because you're talking about a total complete rebuild. Because they have some weapons on offense, but you got to rebuild that O-line. It's a complete rebuild. It's like a complete rebuild. You would have to get a coach a 5-year deal and let him figure it out, because Matt Nagy was stitching that together for a while and then it just all fell apart. I talked about Miami. Yeah, those are some of the jobs I think are the better jobs. And some of the other coaches that I think should get a look, I think are going to get a look. Prime time. Say what you want about Prime, but I think some NFL owners going to be calling Prime, seeing if he wants to be a head coach of their organization. Kellen Moore, the offensive coordinator for Dallas. I'm almost positive he's going to get some looks. He didn't go back to his alma mater because he wanted to play in. He wanted to coach Dallas, so I'm not sure. Those are all the names I have right now. Definitely for sure. If I have some more names, I'll let you guys know. So those are my thoughts about the coaching carousel. Let me know what you think. If I missed a coach, where should certain coaches go? Do you think another coach should have been fired? Just let me know. Let me know. It's a different type of video for me. Let me know if you like just these ranty study videos, because I put a lot of effort into this one. Because coaches are not my thing. So let me know. Like, subscribe, do all those YouTube things, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the Black Quarterback Series video. Peace.